Stories that get propagated are the bad ones. It's the baby story, it's the TLC, Danger, Rescue, Birth, and all the other shows they haven't. The good stories aren't out there. No one is out there saying, you know what, it does hurt. It hurts to have a baby, but you can do it. Yeah. You can totally do it.
People come to you and they want to tell you
or about somebody they heard.
Yeah, exactly. How they like broke their tailbone, and like all these
They want to tell you the worst story they heard.
They're awful. I was so scared about giving birth. Like I thought it was gonna be awful. But today I would tell you I would much rather give birth than be pregnant.
You'll see a baby story in the middle of the day and it's drama central. I know Gina says like go to home birth and it's really boring. It's hours of and pushing this baby out. There's just no excitement. But when you turn on the TV, every movie knocked up. We saw that a few months ago. You know, it's just always drama, and that's just, if it's a natural, normal childbirth, it's just not like that. It just doesn't happen like that.
Women come into the hospital and their only frame of reference is that 30-minute baby story that they've watched on Discovery Health Channel. And they expect things to fly by and go fast, and labor takes time. It takes time for babies to be conceived and to grow in utero, and it takes time for them to be born. But women don't have a realistic expectation of what that is.
Any mother that's preparing to give birth just needs to do their homework, I mean, from A to Z. And so when you go into the situation, you're knowledgeable, you're totally prepared, wherever you are, at home or in the hospital. But I feel like so many people don't prepare themselves, they don't empower themselves. They don't really, they go on what someone's told them, their mother, their friends, and they have this fear, they have this trepidation about birth.
Fear leads to tension, leads to pain. If you can kind of take fear out of it, take tension out of it, then you automatically decrease the role of pain in labor.
The hormones that control labor are emitted from the brain in a place of the brain that, you know, that requires privacy, that requires the feeling of safety. It's the ambiance that got the baby in there is the right ambiance for getting it out.
Having a baby is a natural part of life, and it doesn't necessarily need to be medically managed.
Theoretically, you have a choice to ride a horse. You could ride a horse everywhere you go. That is your choice. You choose to drive a car.
Yeah.
That's your choice.
Yeah. No, that's...
Well, not really. You know, the horse option isn't really a good one anymore. Theoretically, it's available to us. And it's the same idea. It's like, yeah, you have a choice not to go through the standard birth in this country. But for most people, it's not even on their menu. You know, it's not... They don't know anyone that's done anything differently. They've never even heard of it. The ones they have heard of are weirdos, you know. Most people do what's expected. That's just the culturally expected way to have a baby, is to go with an OB in a hospital. That's what we do. It's a lot of education on the front end of this is what labor is, this is what it looks like, this is what it sounds like, this is what it smells like. I give them as much information as I can of what to expect. Yeah, I'm usually the person in the room that believes in them. I'm the person in the room that believes you can do this, and that tells them you can do this, and that what you're doing is important. And so I kind of, I hold that energy in the room for them, I hold that space. And I keep anything that's coming in that door is going to get real quick that what she's doing is important. And the way we are in this room is we let her know that what she's doing is important, and we are supporting this woman, and what she's doing is important and sacred and valuable, and she's somebody that needs to be treated like that today.
Women don't have the choice because in an ideal situation you should be able to go in and you should decide if you want a home birth, hospital birth with a midwife, hospital birth with an OB, birthing center, whatever.
Yeah, my wish is that more people could see the other ways it can be done. Because if you sit in a normal birth, if you sit through a natural birth, it's just as normal as anything else.
As long as she has that choice, whatever is going to work best for her, it's going to factor into that fear, tension, pain cycle.
Care should just be across the board, really respectful, and in my opinion, it should just be something that's conducive for birth.
I think that hospital employees probably have the wrong impression about women who want to have home births. probably a lot of misconceptions on both ends, and that I think women who want to have home births and really think that's very important probably have some misunderstanding about the way obstetricians function in the hospital and their goals. I think that all of us want women to have the birth that they want to have. There really isn't any other field in medicine that has the bond that we have and that we get with our patients.
Don't change what's available for the people who need it. We need it, and we're so lucky to be in this country where it can be provided. I just wish that there was a funnel. You know, you didn't have to get it from the outset unless you needed it or wanted it. She's just learned how to do this.
That's a new skill.
I just want a system that says, you know what, good for you.
That's
good for you and good for
empowering.
your baby, because we can do this and you can do this.
Yeah.
That's the story I want out there. That's the story I want to tell my daughter, is that she was made to do this and she can, and it's okay, and it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And when you hold that kid in your hands for the first time, everything you did was worth it. And nobody can take that away from you.
All my insecurities, all my impurities, will it be